All right, Scott, we're here. We're playing for a number one contenders match, which I think you greatly deserve. I consider you to be one of the most underrated players in this league, one of those under the radar guys. You've been tearing it up in teams for over a year now with different partners. No matter who you get put with, you succeed there. You've had some success in singles. You haven't quite gotten over the hump yet, but you're close and you're going to get there, and it starts tonight. What are you thinking about going to this match?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of what you said. I've gotten there in teams, gotten all the way to the title match before. Singles seems like every time I get to that big match, against a Brian or a Bar or somebody like that, I stumble at the hurdle, which is understandable. But I really want to take that opportunity and make some noise in singles that I feel like I've been close to doing, but am not there yet. And this is obviously a great opportunity. Matt is a player I respect a lot, as anyone in the fan league should. He's been around for a long time and is still competing at the highest level. But I hope that this is my chance. I want this to be my chance, and I'm going to do my best to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Matt's a great player. He's a championship caliber player. He's proved that time again. But this is your time now. Let's get the job done here.
Good luck, Matt.
What's up, Matt?
Not too much.
Hey, see, these are the kind of matches I like. I mean, it's relaxed. I mean, we can just stick to the game plan, which is have fun, not worry too much, don't stress it. We got Scott, who's a great player, but he's a great individual. I like being, on call with him. Not really too big on the categories he put on the wheel, but I'm not playing this match. You're playing it. So go out there and have fun.
Sounds like a plan. Best of luck to him.
Okay, we are back, and we got another match in Multiplex movie Warzone. This should be a good one. It is Matt Cuellar versus Scott Harvey. Winner gets to put their name in the number one contender triple threat, so that should be interesting. Payson, you have any thoughts on this match?
Yeah, this could be a really, I think it's going to be a really fun match. Those promos were super respectful, and I'm just excited to get this started.
Absolutely. Let's just get right into it. Okay, we're going to bring in our competitors, and we're going to get started with round one. Round one's going to work like this. 8 different questions, 8 different categories. You get a late right, you get a bonus question, 3 repeats, and a challenge allotted to you throughout the entire match. So your first question comes in the category of horror. How many times has Boris Karloff played Frankenstein's monster?
So it's funny, as I look at my board, I have the players' initials up of Mick, and it almost feels like I should call it Mick Seamus, which would be a very Irish name.
It's fair. When Brian and Sean Walker were playing in a match, I had a big old BS on my board. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Matt.
3.
And Scott.
I said 4.
3 is correct. So Matt's starting off with first blood.
Your next question will be coming to you in the category of comedy. How does Dark Helmet find out that Vespa is on the moon of Vega in Spaceballs? Have you ever been to the moon?
Take it to the moon for me. No.
Now you just broke my heart.
Who's your friend that likes to play? 5, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, pens down. Let's go to Scott.
This is way too serious of an answer for this movie, but I just said he uses the Force.
That is incorrect, Matt.
He watches Spaceballs, the movie?
That is correct. It is the best joke in that movie.
It's so funny.
As we get into your next question in the category of movie release dates, what year was Bring It On released? I feel like if anyone in this community used to be a male cheerleader, it's you, Payson.
Surprisingly, no, but I know my mom was a cheerleader.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Scott.
2000.
And Matt.
2000.
That is correct. As we get into your next question, Payson.
Question will be coming to you in the category of biopics. What real-life person does Benedict Cumberbatch play in the Imitation Game? So, funny story about this movie. On my 17th birthday, me and my best friend were going to go see Nightcrawler, but she had already seen that movie, so we went to go see this movie. Wasn't as good as Nightcrawler.
5, 4,
Thanks.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Matt
I couldn't pull it.
and Scott.
Alan Turing.
That is correct, and there are no perfect rounds.
The Turing test, if you would.
As we get into your next question, category of Oscars. James Stewart received his first Oscar nomination for what film?
I'm Jimmy Stewart.
Ah,
Oh,
oh,
I'm pulling up a
Mr. Potter.
Oh, I was just going to get the mail. Oh, I'm just curving on my neighbors.
2, 1, pens down. Let's go to Matt.
Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
And Scott.
Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
Both correct. I forgot Scott's name for like a second. As we get into your next question.
Your next question will be coming to you in the category of crime. What 80s crime film is about an ace safecracker who wants to do one last heist for the mob before going straight? Oh, I'm an 80s crime film. I'm gonna crack some safes.
Wow. 80s crime, cocaine.
Oh,
It's kind of
yeah.
my thing.
I killed Natalie Wood. Oh.
4, 3,
What is happening?
1. Pens down. Let's go to Scott.
Is that Michael Mann's Thief?
And Matt.
I sure hope so. Thief.
You're both correct. And your next question, your penultimate question, comes in the category of actors and actresses. Who has played an Oscar-winning actress, a television programming chief, and a real-life outlaw? You a big fan of that famous real-life outlaw, Wyatt Earp?
Yeah, a famed. Wait, wasn't he like a?
I don't
lawman?
know if you know that reference, Paige.
Oh, I don't think I do.
I'll take a repeat.
Okay, that's Scott's first repeat. Who, actors and actresses, who has played an Oscar-winning actress, a television programming chief, and a real-life outlaw?
If you had to be one of these, which would you choose to be?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Probably a television programming chief. Let's go to Matt.
Kate Blanchett.
And Scott.
Faye Dunaway.
Faye Dunaway is correct, and we're all tied up. The films, of course, being Mommy Dearest, Network, and Bonnie and Clyde.
And we are moving on to the final question. We'll be coming to you in the category of war. 2017's The Wall takes place in what country? Now, I know Cody has told us that we are not allowed to sing while
Pink
hosting.
Floyd, right? Oh, what is your favorite song on The Wall?
Ooh, my favorite song on The Wall. I'll have to get back to you on that. That's really good.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Scott.
Is it the one with the wall? China?
And Matt.
Afghanistan.
Both incorrect. Matt was a little bit closer geographically, looking for Iraq.
Changed it.
Mm.
It's funny.
So
though.
we are tied up 5-5 as we get into round 2. Round 2 is going to work like this. Each competitor is going to get a chance to spin the wheel. If they spin, they can keep it. If they don't, they can spin again, but then they're stuck with it. They're going to get 2 questions, or they're going to get 5 questions, whatever category they get. They get it right, 2 points. Multiple choice, 1 point. They get it wrong, other team gets a chance for steal. So your categories on our lovely wheel tonight are Scott's Strengths of Written by Richard Linklater and 2010's Coming of Age, Matt's Strength of Saw franchise and 90s. We also have Mystery Thriller, Directors, Sci-Fi Fantasy, and Romantic Comedies. So, Matt, you are higher ranked. We'll bring in Thomas. Would you like to spin first or defer?
Didn't I say 5-5 in the private chat? Just
What?
throw that in there. Stick with Ben?
Yeah, I think we're going to defer on this one.
What?
We're going to defer.
Defer? Okay. Brandon Kirk. Okay, Scott, this is your spin. Brought to you by Men's Warehouse, apparently. And you land on sci-fi fantasy. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
How do you feel about that one?
It's right on the fence for me. I would be okay if I got saddled with it, but I think I want to spin again. There's not too much I'm worried about, so.
All right, let's do
I'll
it.
spin again. I'll spin again.
All right. This is the category you are stuck with. And you land on mystery thriller.
All right.
That's all right for you.
I will give you your questions in the category of mystery thriller. Scott, your first question in the category of mystery thriller. In No Way Out, Gene Hackman's character has what cabinet position?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Secretary of Treasury, B, Secretary of Defense, C, Secretary of State, D, Secretary of Interior.
Secretary of State.
That is incorrect, Matt, for the 1 point steal. Your options are A, Secretary of Treasury, B, Secretary of Defense, C, Secretary of State, D, Secretary of Interior.
Let's go Secretary of Interior.
That is also incorrect. Looking for Secretary of Defense. What singer plays Captain Vernon Durmhurst in 1970s Airport?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, Dean Martin, B, Elvis Presley, C, Frank Sinatra, D, Bob Dylan.
Frank Sinatra.
That is incorrect, Matt, for the 1 point steal. Your options are A, Dean Martin, B, Elvis Presley, C, Frank Sinatra, D, Bob Dylan.
Dean Martin.
That is correct for 1 point steal. Next question. In Jacob's Ladder, Jacob is a veteran of what war?
I'm going to shoot for it. Vietnam.
That is correct for 2 points. Who directed The Number 23?
I need multiple.
Multiple choice options are A, Joel Schumacher, B, Jan de Bont, C, F, Gary Gray, D, Adrian Lynn. Five.
Let's repeat the options.
Options are A, Joel Schumacher, B, Jan de Bont, C, F, Gary Gray, D, Adrian Lynn.
Adrian Lynn.
That is incorrect, Matt, for the 1 point steal. Your options are A, Joel Schumacher, B, Jan de Bont, C, F, Gary Gray, D, Adrian Lynn.
Joel Schumacher.
That is correct for 1 point.
Didn't think that was it.
So we will go to your final question. In Touch of Evil, the characters are investigating the death of a building contractor. How did he die?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A, poisoned, B, stabbed, C, explosion, D, shot.
Oh, I think it's an explosion.
That is correct.
Dang it, I knew that.
So it is Scott's lead 8-7 as we get into Matt's spin.
Yep.
All right, Matt, this is your spin. And you land on your strength of 90. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I know we talked about this. In particular, the strength level difficulty. But
I think
how are you feeling, man? I mean, it's a really good wheel. Either way.
That's a good wheel too, but I want to try to limit his chances for steals too. Yeah, I think we'll stick with it.
Okay, Payson, I'll let you give Matt his questions in the category 90s.
Absolutely. Matt, your first question in the category of 90s. What Oscar-winning actor plays Tycoon Raymond Alden in Wolf?
Jack Nicholson.
That is incorrect. Scott, a chance for a 2-point steal.
Joe Pesci?
That is also incorrect. We were looking for Christopher Plummer. Your second question in the category of 90s. Clockers takes place in what city?
Five. Four.
New York City.
That is correct for 2 points. Our next question. What 90s comedy features the character of Corky St. Clair?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, There's Something About Mary, B, Get Shorty, C, Waiting for Guffman, or D, Galaxy Quest?
Five.
There's something about Mary.
That's unfortunately incorrect, Scott. A chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, There's Something About Mary, B, Get Shorty, C, Waiting for Guffman, or D, Galaxy Quest?
Waiting for Guffman.
That is correct for 1 point. Your penultimate question in the category of 90s. What is the profession of Christopher Reeve's character in Noises Off?
He is a theater actor.
I believe we
That
can.
is correct. That is
correct. That is correct for 2 points.
More specific than what we have, but I can confirm that is correct.
Okay, thank you. And your final question in the category of 90s. Chloe Sevigny and Kate Beckinsale star in what 1998 film directed by Whit Stillman set in the very early 80s?
The Last Days of Disco.
Yeah.
That is correct for 2 points.
And an underrated film that more people need to see. Kaleb Boatman approved. That ends up that rounds out the category, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have Matt in the lead with 13, Scott at 9. Is that what you have? 4-point game?
Exactly what I have.
Okay, so we're going to go to round 3. Round 3 is going to work like this. Each competitor is going to get to pick what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-point question. Categories they will be able to pick from tonight are Brad Pitt, Oscars, quotes, comic book movies, horror, animated, romantic comedies, and musicals. We will let them pick their categories right now, and we will be back right now. Okay, we are back, and our competitors have picked what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-point question. Matt has chosen his 1 in quotes, his 2 in comic book movies, his 3 in horror, and his 4 in Brad Pitt. Where Scott's taking his 1 in comic book movies, his 2 in horror, his 3 in Brad Pitt, and his 4 in Oscars. So, since I gave Scott his questions in round 2, I will be giving Matt his questions in round 3. So, Payson, you want to start us off with Scott's 1-pointer in comic book movies?
Absolutely. Scott, your first question, your 1-pointer in the category of comic book movies. Michael Caine and Jeremy Irons have both played what comic book character?
Alfred Pennyworth.
That is correct for 1 point. Your 2-pointer in the category of horror. The Mist takes place primarily in what type of location?
Five.
Forest.
That's unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for a supermarket.
Also would have accepted grocery store.
Well, yeah, I would have assumed. Your three. So we are moving on to your 3-pointer in the category of Brad Pitt. Which Oscar-nominated actor plays Priam, the King of Troy, in the 2004 film Troy?
It's the best part of the movie. Peter O'Toole.
That is correct for 3 points. Which ties the game.
Yep, so we will go over to Matt for his one in quotes. Okay, Matt, your 1-pointer in quotes. In what classic drama will you hear Marlon Brando cry Stella?
On the Waterfront?
That is incorrect. We're looking for A Streetcar Named Desire. So, since Matt still has more questions left, we will go to for your 2 in comic book movies. Who directed 2005's Fantastic Four?
Tim Story.
Correct for 2 points. So now we're in a situation where Scott has to hit his 4 in Oscars, or else Matt does win the match.
All right, Scott, this is your 4-pointer in the category of Oscars. What film won Best Original Score for films released in 2002?
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat.
All right. What film won Best Original Score for films released in 2002?
The Pianist.
And your winner, moving on to a number 1 contenders match, is Matt, Casual Chaos Speller. We're looking for Frida. Frida was the correct answer. So we will be going to post-match interviews, starting with Scott. Scott, you weren't able to pull off the win tonight, but you kept it competitive there in round 2. How are you feeling?
I mean, I didn't beat myself this time like I kind of did in the match against Brian, and even in going back to the match against all my losses. Really, I felt like I beat myself tonight. I just didn't know the questions. There were hard questions in my round 2. I felt comfortable with Mystery Thriller. It was one I would have kept if I'd spun it on the first spin, but just didn't get movies that I knew. So it's hard to make a lot of progress when you're doing that. Plus, Matt hit a strength. He's a really good player. It's disappointing I didn't put up more of a fight, but not much I could do, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, those were tough non-strength questions. Mystery Thriller. I know that's a good category for you, and I felt good about it when you spun. I was like, oh, we got this. But those are some tough questions. But that happens, and like you said, Matt got he was right in his wheelhouse, and he did what he does. You kept it competitive. You got to your 4, even though after struggling in that round 2. You're always going to be around you're going to be in this position to get yourself to a spot like you're at now. So I'm not sweating it. We'll come back strong next year, and I think you're in good shape.
Well, thank you. Now we'll be moving on to Matt. Matt, you're the number 1 contenders belt. Wrong person. I keep hitting the button. It's all right. Matt, you won the match. You're moving on to a number 1 contenders match. How are you feeling?
Feels good. I mean, Scott played a great game. There's nothing to feel bad about. I mean, those were some really tough mystery thrillers. I would have struggled with those too. And I assume that's a tough Oscar 4-pointer, but all Oscar 4-pointers are tough to me, so I'm not one to judge. But yeah, that was a really interesting match. Yeah, I guess I get to look forward to number 1 contenders match.
Yeah, triple threat. I'll give you the people you could potentially be playing. You could potentially be facing either David Nishimoto or Jake Marangoni, and you could potentially be facing either Tyler Butler or Joseph Olivas.
Oh, those guys.
Well, it'll be fun to come in third on that match, I'm sure. So something to look forward to.
All right. Well, we'll be happy to see you when you come to that match.
I think we'll stick away from quotes, even at one. It had to be a classic quote, didn't it? It just.
Hey,
But
that's life.
great. It's gonna be an exciting triple threat.
And at least Scott got to watch Saw out of this. If there's one good thing he can take away from it, so
That's fair. All right. Well, thank you to Matt. Thank you to Thomas. Blu-ray boy, thoughts on the match?
That was a fun match. There were a lot of twists and turns in it. But yeah, it just came down to the ending, and that was a tough 4-pointer in Oscars. And good luck to Matt in that number 1 contender match.
Absolutely. Well, thank you to Matt. Thank you to Scott. Thank you to Thomas. Thank you to Kirk. This has been Multiplex Movie Warzone. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle. Bye-bye.